I'm coming to you live because I know that you guys probably watched the inauguration. I want you to mind the back, like don't like mind the background, okay? Don't pay attention to shit. Anyway, I know that you guys are probably probably a little bit upset at the outcome of today's election, and where we witnessed the devil, you know what I mean, take over this country, you know what I mean, with his oligarchy and all that shit, while a bunch of fake hypocrites and Christians, so-called Christians, which are really just heretics, you know what I mean, are, congratulating him. You know what I mean? I know that people must feel a certain type of way, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to share, my little voice upon this, maybe a little message. I don't know. I know, and just get my frustration out as well, because you guys are my viewers. So if you guys are viewing this, I know that I'm looking bummy right now, bro. Today's Martin Luther King Day, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm just chilling, right? And I'm not trying to look or go viral. I'm not doing this for a lot of people. I'm just doing this because trying to be personal with you guys. Just being honest. Um, like, let me just say that the people that are under the impression that Trump is a right, that Trump is a good person because of a verse where some people pray for him. Let me just remind you guys of a verse where it says, and I'm just gonna people why he won, because a lot of people wanted to like demonize Kamala, and they wanted to demonize the left, but they don't understand the left. You know what I mean? They don't understand the spirit of the Democrats comparatively to the spirit of the right. So let me just try to illuminate a little people using the New Testament as well, their Christian Bible that Protestants also use. You know what I mean? And so we can see what's God said, what Jesus said, right? So here we go. So first of all, we're gonna go, to one of the easiest things, which is Matthew, right? And what he said, right? So just give me a moment here. I could use the King James version, right? Um, and what he said, right? So let me go ahead and use your perverted King James version. Not just playing. It's not perverted. Actually, a lot of effort went into this Bible, and it is divinely inspired. I think the translation, the whole language of it. But anyway, here we go. I don't want to get into that too much. I mean, well, what I mean to say about the just like one thing is that he does say that this is a. I mean, it is divinely inspired. Even the translation is inspired. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay. Look. First, let's do like a little, um, you know what I mean, a few things, right? So for those, first of all, for those people that call Trump their daddy, like daddy's home, and let me tell you, there are people that think that Trump is their daddy, or they like those people they gave their up, like even those, and I'm talking about even military people who gave their life away, and they think Trump is their daddy and stuff like this. That they sell their life, that that they don't listen to their actual dad. Let me tell them what it says. It says this is Matthew 23, 23 8. Rather, let me just read this whole work, right? Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say, and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms of at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. Be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall himself shall be exalted. Right? But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land nation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And when he is made, you make him ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. But whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, and whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifieth the gift? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe, swear mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Billionaires. I mean, extortion. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup of platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and of all uncleanness. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves, that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and gather, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, you shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. You see, when I read that, and I see and I understand what it means, which is basically what it's saying that the Pharisees and the people that build themselves up in the name of the Lord. And I don't think it applies just to Pharisees, but we look at it as what we should not do. People that build themselves up in the name of the Lord, or America, which is also is has the name of the Lord, Protestants. You know what I mean? In my opinion, my humble opinion, in my real opinion, um, they are they don't have a pure heart, right? They don't have a pure heart, but they seem righteous. They pay their tithes. They build the things they need to build, but they are full of injustice. They're full of extortion or intimidation. You know what I mean? Which is extortion. And those are the things that make them not have a pure heart inside within themselves. Because within themselves, they have dead man's bones, right? And I know it's a messed up day today, but anyway, that's actually not what I was trying to show you guys. But I mean, it is that is what it is. It's like those people that were kicking out immigrants and then saying "Merry Christmas, guys," while people are starving out there, and they exalt billionaires. Billionaires double their money during the pandemic. They come out and they don't help the middle class who's struggling. They enact the billionaires in the white class or the people that think that they're better than everybody. They literally say, "Daddy's home. Have a good time out there in the streets." You know what I mean? Begging. That's literally what MAGA says, and I can't stand it. Anyway, and then again, so this is why I'm saying against people that believe that Trump is a good person. He called he calls the church and the Pope a pawn. He of Mexico because America has always kept Mexico in a perpetual state of violence because Mexico people are resilient and strong, hardworking people. So they've always influenced the politics of Mexico to be in a perpetual state of violence. Unlike Canada, which they've already whitewashed, right? And to be similar to Europe. I mean, they wear wigs and they walk around and shit. They wear long dresses and wigs and they in open court and stuff and all this stuff and they be screaming and shouting and stuff. You know what I mean? They were magistrates or whatever. They wear long dresses and wigs and they in the open court and stuff and all this stuff and they be screaming and shouting and stuff. You know what I mean? It looks like Europe and shit. I'm like, what the? I mean, this what the fuck is that? Because uh, because because they're cool with that. Mexico is here first, and because they like that shit. Unlike Mexico, where they have kept it in in other words, given up their identity, their culture, their traditions, their religions, and stuff like this. So they've kept it in a perpetual state of violence. The reason of the cartel, right? And if you don't understand that, it's because of America. I mean, and if you don't understand that, there are people that can't even see what's going on next door. You're the type of people that believe every single word that politicians tell you instead of looking into it and whatever. You're the type of brainwashed idiots that voted for Trump. Anyway, um, yeah, like I can have a few. I've heard a few explanations. One of them being, the cartels are profitable to people that are money laundering. You know what I mean? And banks who money launder and other people who money launder. There's a cartel that receives it on this side. You know what I mean? There are, and they're not just Latinos. They're not just this, but there's also the white people. White America has its own cartel, right? And America and it's not just the pharmaceutical companies. It's literally illegal drugs too. You know what I mean? And they have sex trafficking here in America too, and they have all type of shit. But again, they they keep Mexico in a state of not being able to for example tariffs or whatever political influence or intimidation like electing corrupt officials, government officials, and politicians and shit. That are under the payroll. You know what I mean? Corrupt politicians and presidents and stuff. They've committed. I mean, America has done so much in Latin America, and you guys that don't understand why Latin America is the way it is, it's complete ignorance. It is and you guys want us to care about Europe and shit. Like, I mean, like I said, you know, it is really messed up because again, you create these problems. I mean, and that's why there people suffer, and then you want to come and say, well, you guys are the bad guys, and you want to dehumanize them, and they say, well, yeah, they are messed up, but who put them in that situation? You did. You mean, you know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all don't the your corrupt foreign policies did. But anyway, yeah, Mexico would have been in a better situation if you know what I'm saying they weren't being pressured and influenced, and if their recipients or their crackheads weren't American people. I mean, whose fault is that? I mean, um, you can't justify putting kids in cages. You know, they say they believe in Jesus, but then they put kids in cages and call it glorious. It's the fact that they call it glorious. It's the fact that they spread rhetoric at the same time. They dehumanize and they attack. They call them rapists and murderers. They project. They're the ones that put them in that situation. It's crazy because they walk off thinking they're the heroes, and they're the ones that caused this pain and shit. It's messed up. Maybe because they're threatened because Mexico are they're strong, resilient people, and what you got here are a bunch of ignorant, docile, inbred motherfuckers. Anyway, let me stop. Again, hypocrites. Trump is such a terrorist that he terrorizes terrorists. You know what I mean? He is a terrorist. The only reason you don't call him a terrorist because he's for America. He's using America. He's supposedly representing America. You know what I mean? And whatever. And he's a terrorist of America. But when white people do terrorism, they don't call it terrorism, right? Like that dude that blew up in front of the Trump Tower. They didn't call that terrorism, right? Remember what he said? He said, this is a wake-up call. Whatever his manifesto said, no, it's terrorism. You know what I mean? When white people do terrorism, they don't call it terrorism. It's just the narrative that that's what they do. But Trump has terrorized the entire world. You know, he's terrorized billions. There's never been a president that has terrorized billions in modern day, not with nuclear weapons. I mean, and then you talk about Biden, you talk about other than maybe Putin, and when Kim Jong Un. But you talk about Putin says that Biden was escalating the nuclear war. I don't think so. Why would we believe Putin? Why would we believe that nigga? I think that because here's the thing. America has 90% of the nuclear weapons, right? And 90% of the nuclear weapons. So why are we gonna believe Putin, right? When we're trying to defend the independence of Ukraine, and Putin didn't like that. Why would he even back down to Putin? Why would we even listen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we know that we had no contact with him. Trump is the one that opened communications because Trump act like he's scared of him or something. I mean, that's stupid. But the fact is that they say that a former partner of Putin said that this shit, and I know a lot of you guys had fear and shit, and that's why you voted for Trump. But nigga, like I said, bro, but Trump fucking was trying to. This is because Trump was trying to blast out the water, right? He's like, and that's the terrorizing, and then he said that they were in love, and then motherfucker, North Korea started fighting with alongside Russia. So now what? You're in love with Russia, or what? Now or that was all bullshit. I mean, two motherfucking dictators that you're in love with. I mean, one too many. I mean, I mean, shit, and they joined forces because you gave them credence because you love them so much. You know what I mean? That's what I mean, and that's why they had the audacity to attack Ukraine. And then you want to take Ukraine out of the UN and leave them to their own and cut their funding simultaneously. I mean, and cut their funding. I mean, are you fucking serious? How does that represent the interests of the free world? I don't know. But you traders go along with everything. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. This is for all the fake. Look, here's a fake prophet. And you shall hear this 24/6 for you guys that voted for him because of your fear mongering, or you were of fear. And you shall hear of wars and wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, right? But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated for all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. Right? So who betrayed us? Who betrayed America? MAGA. Who consists of MAGA? Protestants. That's not a surprise. You see, Protestants have they betrayed the church, right? They betrayed the church, and then they what their culture is to care about property, and to care about their money, and to pay their tithes, and say I love Jesus, and that's it. But they don't care about humanity. They don't care about the lowly. They don't care about, you know, rebuking the pervert at their table. You know what I mean? They don't care about any of this. They care about their money and their property, and they think with their head, not with their heart, and they don't have humanity. So when you look at these things, you say many shall betray one another and shall hate one another. I'll tell you that I mean I feel the hate, bro. I feel the vibes from MAGA, bro. You know what I mean? I feel the vibes from these Protestants. I know what the type of thing that they say about the Pope and the things that they say about the church, is just hateful stuff, bro. Hateful rhetoric. And Trump has always been playing to those hateful rhetoric. That's why they love him, because he's a man that is also hateful, and when he's able to be his nasty self, mean mugging everybody, looking like the devil in his picture. You know what I mean? They look at it. Oh yeah, you're strong, man. You're strong, bro. You're a real man, because they got so much hatred that it's unbelievable, and they literally think that that's being strong, because that's being hateful. Because Trump is a hateful person. He's a terrorist. I mean, and he terrorizes communities, and he's like, we're gonna go after them in full force. And he's a hateful person. You know what I mean? And not even a close other stuff. You know what I mean? He's a hateful person. You know what I mean? And not even a close encounter with death, which I think was fake. Now, because he healed, I don't see no scar. You know what I mean? It didn't even change his mind. You know what I mean? To appreciate more life. I mean, all the prayers in the world. But if you really stand with Christ, and they don't believe in God, because they don't believe that God is in the Catholic Church. They don't believe that God is in the church. So they don't really believe in Jesus, just like they don't believe in helping the poor, just like they don't believe in helping the immigrants, just like they don't believe in giving, which is the spirit of what the Democrats were doing. Ironically enough, you know what I mean? And the spirit of the Republicans are economy, property, and their bank account. That's why they want to imperialize Greenland and Panama and all this stuff, because they want to build the biggest economy ever, right? That's all they care about. They don't care about helping the rest of the world. These guys want to go to Mars. They can't even help the poor. There's people starving in the street. They rather criminalize those people, while a man that has $600 billion or 400 a net worth of like $1 trillion or 400 a net worth of like $1 trillion there, they don't want to help the poor. They don't want to help their neighbors. They rather go to Mars than to help people that are in other nations. You understand what I'm saying? And then you want me to believe that they believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the right of these people. You know what I mean? This is just an oligarchy. That's why they call them the oligarchy. That's why they do all this stuff, because these guys are evil. You know what I mean? Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Fear mongering. Like some bishops, they were right about him winning, but they deceived many. You know what I mean? Doesn't like right. It doesn't mean that they are ultimately right. You know what I mean? I feel as though that most of it was fear mongering, you know, and stuff like this. And because inequity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Inequity shall abound, the love of many. These heartless, you know, soulless people, right? Like shall wax cold. So these heartless, you know, soulless people, right? Like Trump and Elon Musk, they don't know what love is, right? What have they loved in life? What does he know about love? I mean, well, Trump cheated on his first wife with Melania. What does he know about Melania? He cheated on Melania with Stormy Daniels. You know what I mean? What does he know about love? You know what I mean? He's never been a poor person. You know, you know, what does he know about love? Elon Musk, same thing. He has like kids who has daddy issues and probably never listened to their mom, who never respected four baby mamas. I don't know who he's with now, and all he cares about is SpaceX and shit and go to Mars. He's always been a nerd on their own interest. When their capitalistic mind is for you to look at crises and be like, I don't care why this happened. I care that it happened. I don't care why. I care about what, so that so I can capitalize on it. So they look at crises and they think, what is it, so that I can capitalize on it, instead of thinking, oh my gosh, those people, or why did this happen? You know what I mean? No, they don't have room for compassion, because all those people that are stock traders in the financial world that crash the stock markets, they look at all these crises. That's why they made money off of 9/11. That's why the 08, 09 housing market crashed, and that's where they got the money from anyway. And then these technocrats started making money, while everybody was suffering those things. And then Trump came in and taxed and they stopped money laundering and putting offshore accounts and fudging their books. Instead, Trump said, no, we'll just give them a tax cut, and it helped them get even more money, and to the point that they were able to double their net worth during a pandemic, while the rest of the people were suffering. And he left us out in the cold. The first fucking, you know, the first administration. You think they didn't get lined their pockets? You're fucking highly misinformed. You know what I mean? You think that you know, Jared Kushner or whatever didn't make $1 billion? You know, being appointed by Trump, which is he's his son-in-law's nepotism, which is he didn't make $1 billion since he got in office, since he got in the administration. You think all these motherfuckers didn't make money? They doubled their net worth, and now they're about to become the first trillionaires. You know what I mean? And you let them, and you want them that, while people are starving in the fucking street. You know what I mean? And all the Democrats and all the migrants and immigrants, all we're doing is trying to help the middle class. Trying to, and the real belief of America, not this vision that they have, that is not that's not what America, that's not what made America great, but it's straight up old fascist shit. I mean, um, false prophets. And because they're cold, there's gonna be less love in the world. Just like they don't have no love for migrants. Now y'all don't have no love for Mexico. You know what I mean? And y'all don't have no love for minorities. Y'all don't have no love for people. Y'all don't have no love for women. Y'all don't have no love for gay people. Y'all don't have no love for men. The Democrats. Y'all don't have no love for nobody. You guys are, because the people that roll over you are that damn cold. You know what I mean? And heartless and spineless and soulless, and all they care about is money. Yeah. And that's why there's gonna be more. That's why there's gonna be no love, and that's why there's gonna be more suffering in the world, because y'all chose people like that. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I don't care what he says. All the shit that he does is because people are that broken. He's only able to. The reason they're capitalizing is because they're not thinking with their heart. They're not thinking about what they're doing to people. All they're thinking about is taking over and conquering people. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care that they hurt millions of people. That that they terrorize the middle class, that they terrorize minorities. They don't care about killing migrants at the border. They don't care about putting kids in cages. They don't care about those kids in Palestine. They don't care about our injustice and of our civil rights. They don't care about the racial systemic racism, racial profiling. They don't care about none of that shit. Do you think they give a fuck? No, they care about they having their money, their tax rebates, their house, their grill, their little truck, and they having a little bimbo wife that also is a little bitch, this useless cunt that doesn't fucking talk to shit, a lobotomized wife and shit, and staying in their status with their fucking imperialism and all their shit. Do you think they give a shit about people? Do white people? What the fuck have the white people ever done for you? Do you got a rich friend that fucking helps you out? You got a rich person invited you to dinner this Christmas? Did they invite you to their fucking mansion? Did they invite you to their motherfucking 5,000 square foot home? Did you guys have a full spread on Christmas? You know what I mean? You got money to pay right now? You guys aren't you got? Do you guys have money for the rest of the year? Do you have endless amount of money and shit like they do that they'll never use, that they don't even need? Well, I don't remember them motherfuckers invited me to their fucking Christmas dinner. So let me shit. What the fuck? There's gonna be more hatred, more suffering in the world, less love. I mean, and you know that's what it do. The whole campaign was terrorizing, and you know that's what it do. The whole campaign was terrorizing. The whole thing, even when they won, they were still terrorizing me. Well, who the fuck made us mad? Who the fuck? Who the fuck? What the fuck? Who the fuck committed treason on January 6th? You motherfuckers. You know what I mean? The fuck? Says, then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets. I mean, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, and so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For whosoever the carcass is, there will be the eagles be gathered together. Yeah, man. So it says. So let's open our minds a little bit and see about the coming of the Son of Man, where he says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is a rainbow, I think. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is a rainbow, I think. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall gather together his elect from the four, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather nigh. So likewise ye, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. It is what it is, bro. All right. So anyway, um, Protestants say that